Before I get started on my meat sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and start to cook my pasta, which I'm gonna be using this whole grain spaghetti. You could use whatever you like. I'm gonna cook it al dente, add my pasta in the water. Let this cook until it's al dente, and then we're gonna strain it. Do not rinse it because you want that starchiness so everything adheres to your noodle as far as your sauces and whatever you're adding to it. When I cook my pasta, I never cover it. I never put a top over it. I keep it at a high rolling boil, a high heat, and I don't add too much water to my pan, just enough to cover the noodle. So you have a rolling boil and it cooks it up quickly and perfectly. Looking good. Now's the time when I turn off the heat, and now I'm gonna cover them. Spraying my pan with some extra virgin olive oil pan spray. I'm gonna add, this is about 1/2 cup of red onion. This is optional. I'm gonna add 1 cup of Baby Bella mushrooms. It might be a little bit more than a cup, but I'm a mushroom lover, so it is what it is. Give this a toss. Let it start to cook up a bit to where it's softened. Looking good. It's time to add 1 pound of ground beef. I'm gonna be using this grass-fed ground beef. It's 80% lean, 20% fat. I'm gonna go ahead and start to break this up a bit. And then I'm gonna add my other ingredients. As it cooks, I'm gonna continue to break it up. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and add my ingredients. Right here I have 1/4 cup of dry basil. I have 1 tablespoon of beef bouillon. I have 2 chopped medium cloves of garlic. Add some sea salt. Keep in mind your bouillon's already in there, so you don't need too much salt. I'm gonna add some cracked black and white pepper. I'm going to mix this and kind of break up the meat at the same time. In the beginning I said use whatever pasta you like. So as far as my opinion, and this is just how I do things when I'm cooking meat sauces, I look at the texture and I determine what type of pasta I'm going to be adding to it. So right now it's kind of in bigger chunks, and this is probably the texture I would use for rigatoni or some type of pasta like that. For spaghetti, thin spaghetti and linguine and stuff like that, and or linguine, I would actually make this smaller and just continue to break it down. Fully cooked and ready. For the tomato paste and the crushed tomatoes. Adding 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes with basil. Adding the tomato paste. I'm going to be using this organic Great Value tomato paste. This is the 6-ounce can, so I'm going to be using half of it, so 3 ounces. I just eyeball it and toss it in. As you can see, I didn't strain my ground beef. I kept all of that goodness in here because the tomato paste is actually going to thicken it up, and it's all going to work out, and it gives it that much more taste. Now that everything's mixed, I'm going to put this on simmer, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. This meat sauce is ready for some pasta. This came out amazing. The seasoning's perfect. You don't need nothing extra. You're gonna love it, I promise. Try it out. And like always, I'll see you in my next video.